Prayer in the field of silence. 3 modes of thought, 7 minutes. In the stillness of this field, where silence stretches beyond the edges of sound, let us begin by acknowledging the place where so many find themselves, caught in the mode of survival, tethered to fear, bound to the endless echo of lack. Here, the mind circles around scarcity, whispering that nothing will ever be enough, that life is a constant threat, that safety is always just out of reach. In this place, thoughts carry the sharp weight of anxiety. What if it all goes wrong? What if failure waits just ahead? What if nothing can be controlled? And in that vibration, the body listens faithfully, releasing floods of stress, preparing to fight or flee even when there is no real danger, only the ghost of imagined loss. The heart tightens, the breath shortens, the chest feels heavy. Life shrinks to survival. Yet even here, hidden beneath the noise of fear, there is a quiet voice that calls us deeper, reminding us that survival is only one mode, not the whole of who we are. Let us remember that survival is not the end of the story. Within the same silence that surrounds the fear lies the seed of awareness. A gentle pause is all it takes to step back, to notice what has been automatic, to ask softly, what am I feeling and why does it hold me so tightly? In this pause, the mode of awareness begins to open. It is the mode where choice returns. Instead of being a prisoner of thought, one becomes the witness, able to notice the familiar loop of self-doubt, the reflex of blame, the constriction of victimhood. Here the breath lengthens. Here the mind begins to question. What if there is another way to see? What if I am not bound to repeat the old? What if within me is more power than fear ever allowed me to believe? Awareness is the dawning of light within darkness, the first glimmer of freedom that reminds the body it can rest, that the mind can soften, that life is larger than the old story. This is the crossing, the shift from unconscious reaction to conscious participation. Awareness is the doorway through which a new reality may enter. And the body, so attuned to the mind, listens again. Stress no longer holds the reins with such force. New pathways begin to form. Clarity appears like a sudden shaft of light through heavy clouds. A sense of peace glimmers. And within the silence of awareness, choice awakens. And to choose is a sacred act. It is to stand in the present moment and declare, I will not repeat the old pattern simply because it is familiar. I will not remain loyal to fear. I will not mistake habit for truth. I can choose to breathe into my own being, to release the grip of scarcity, to let go of the clenched fist that says life is against me. I can choose to move toward gratitude even if only for a single breath. I can choose to trust, even in the smallest measure, that possibility exists beyond what my eyes can yet see. And as these choices accumulate, the mode of awareness carries us gently into the mode of creation. This is the highest vibration, the state where thought no longer echoes with lack but sings with wholeness. Here the heart opens. Elevated emotions rise like a tide. Love, gratitude, compassion, joy. Each emotion is not just a feeling but a frequency, aligning the body with coherence, aligning the mind with vision, aligning the soul with its own vastness. In this state, one does not merely imagine a better future but begins to embody it. To feel abundance before it appears. To live compassion before it is mirrored back. To become peace even when uncertainty lingers. Creation is not fantasy here, it is embodiment, the rehearsal of a future reality until it becomes the present. The body reflects this harmony. Healing flows where imbalance once lived. The immune system strengthens, the heart beats more coherently, the mind clears. And life responds. In the field of silence, energy draws energy like attracts like. The wholeness within becomes a magnet for experiences aligned with wholeness outside. Creation is not effortful here. It is natural, a resonance, a dance with the unseen currents of the quantum field. And in this place we no longer chase life, for life itself begins to flow toward us, matching the vibration we sustain. Yet it must be said, no one lives permanently in one mode. Life is movement. To fall back into survival is human. To rise again into awareness is possible. To touch creation and wholeness is the gift. These modes are not prisons but passages. We walk them daily, sometimes moment by moment. The invitation is not to judge the survival state but to recognize it, to know it is not the only truth. The invitation is not to cling desperately to awareness but to allow it to carry us onward. The invitation is not to worship creation as an arrival but to embody it as a practice, a state of being rehearsed and chosen, again and again. And so this prayer is not for perfection. It is for compassion toward the self who feels trapped in fear. It is for courage to awaken awareness when the old patterns tighten. It is for devotion to creation, to return to wholeness, even after forgetting. Breathe deeply here. Inhale the memory of safety. Exhale the remnants of survival fear. Inhale the awareness that every thought can be observed. Exhale the need to identify with every passing story. Inhale the elevated emotions of love, gratitude, joy. Exhale the heaviness of lack. Let the body feel the shift. Let the heart begin to open, not as a forced command but as a natural unfolding. Let the mind soften, releasing its grip on certainty, making space for trust. Let energy rise, connecting with the vast field beyond the visible, where every possibility exists, waiting for alignment. In the silence, remember, survival is not who you are, only a passing mode. Awareness is your birthright, the gift of consciousness itself. And creation is your destiny, the return to wholeness, the embodiment of love, the living expression of the infinite field. So, in this moment, choose again. Choose to step beyond fear into awareness. Choose to carry awareness into creation. Choose to embody wholeness, even if only for the length of this breath. And let this choice ripple into the unseen, altering the patterns of your being, shaping the reality to come. For you are not merely surviving. You are not merely reflecting. You are creating. And the field of silence holds you in every mode, guiding you, reminding you, calling you back to wholeness again and again. So breathe deeply, feel fully, rehearse with care, choose with presence, and become the version of yourself you are meant to be.